Hey gang, commercial photographer Tony Roseland here. In my studio, I wanted to take just a minute and talk to you about my backup strategy, beginning with our tethered capture from the camera to my MacBook Pro. This MacBook Pro has a 240 gig SSD internal drive. We have a folder created called Tethered, where all our tethered folders or all our tethered files are automatically written to. Additionally, I've picked up a data doubler from Otherworld Computing and replaced the optical drive with a secondary SSD. That also a 240 gig drive. Using an application called Carbon Copy Cloner, we're able to automatically have the tethered folder on drive A copied to drive B every half hour. This gives us an automatic backup while we're working so that we always know our data is secure in case something happens to one of those drives. Additionally, when we're shooting on location, we copy that tethered folder to a LaCie rugged external drive, which my assistant carries with him separately from the laptop in case something happens on the way back to the studio. If we get in a car accident or we run into heavy rains or something crazy and the laptop gets damaged, we at least have a third copy of that data carried separately. Once we get back to the studio, we copy all of the information from that tethered folder onto one of these G Technology G-RAID 8 terabyte drives. This one is called Studio A, which is our main drive. It's connected to our MacBook Pro via Thunderbolt, and we use that as our main editing drive. We edit right off of this thing. Thunderbolt gives us the speeds fast enough to do that. Each night at midnight, Carbon Copy Cloner copies everything on Studio A to Studio B that's changed since the last time it did that copy, which would be the day before. The reason we wait until midnight is that if something happens to those files on Studio A, something gets corrupted, accidentally deleted, whatever, we have the full day to go to drive B and recover that file back to Studio A. Additionally, we have a third one of these called Studio C that we bring in every week and we swap with Studio B. Carbon Copy Cloner is smart enough to recognize that drive's been connected and it will copy everything from drive A to drive C automatically, and then the following week we bring drive B back in, swap it for drive A, and the same thing happens. Worst case scenario, someone breaks into the studio, steals our drives, or the studio burns down, we always have that third drive off-site in safe storage. So we'll lose a week's worth of data. That sucks, but hard to find a way around that. The next piece of the puzzle is this live drive, which is another LaCie rugged drive. And again, using Carbon Copy Cloner, we've created a bootable drive. This is an exact duplicate of what is on my main OS drive. If something happens to that main OS drive while I'm on a shoot or on location, whatever, I can hold down Option C while I boot the machine, and it will give me the choice of where I want to boot from. I select this drive, I'm back up and running very quickly. Almost zero downtime. All the applications and everything are available to me again. It's just one extra layer of security. The last piece of the puzzle is this G Technology G Drive Mini. It's a 500 gig drive, and that runs Time Machine for us. It's twice the capacity of the internal SSD here on the MacBook Pro, which Time Machine typically likes to see twice the internal capacity or the capacity of the drive that it's backing up. And we use that just in case we need to recover any documents or anything like that off of the machine that may have gotten deleted or changed, and we want to go back to an older version of those. That's basically our backup strategy in a nutshell. We're thinking about incorporating a cloud backup of some sort just in case, just as another type of media that we can use to back up to, looking at Crash Plan or Backblaze or one of these. We haven't decided which way to go on that, so we're open for recommendations. If you guys got something, leave it in the comments. You can hit me up at info@tonyroseland.com if you have questions, and I hope that helps you think about your backup a little bit more. Thanks. Get accidentally erased, we can, you're cracking up here, I can't even, can you see this rope like swinging up in the
smacking you in the shoulder.
Can you watch this? Can you sit down for daddy for a few minutes and be a good girl?